Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 30. 30 days of this virtual yoga. That went by fast, but it didn't at the same time. We're in a weird reality right now, guys, which is making yoga so much more helpful than it already was before. So we are going to celebrate Earth Day, Hump Day, another day. We got lots of things to celebrate today with a little lunch break yoga, shall we? Quick little 30-minute flow, get us connected, our bodies moving, and overall channel some positive vibes. If you're with me, we're going to start standing up today. Just come into a comfortable standing position. Starting in mountain pose, so just basically standing with awareness. How many times do you maybe find yourself slouching over, or what I like to call perky booty syndrome, where people pop their butt out? We're going to counteract that. Inhale, reaching the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, rolling the shoulder blades back and down, tap the pelvis, bring the weight to the outside of the feet, feeling the core engage. And I feel like standing up also helps you breathe a little bit deeper. So the diaphragm's open. Let's tune into our yogic breathing now, maybe starting with your eyes closed. The first step to helping us shift this awareness inward. Then we're going to connect to our breathing, as always the most important aspect of yoga. Let's take a deep inhale through our nose, filling the lungs to maximum capacity. Let your belly kind of spill out like a little Buddha belly. As you exhale, engage your core. Press your belly button back towards your spine. Let that breath rise back up out of the lungs and through the nose just a little bit longer. Do that 2 more times. Exhaling. Last time. Deep inhale through the nose. Once you get to the top of the breath, see if you can sip in just a little bit more air. This time, as you exhale, you're going to drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. As you also reach your right hand down towards your knee. You'll feel this not only probably in the neck, but also the shoulder. To go a little bit further, let's inhale this left hand all the way up by our right ear. As you exhale, let the weight of the arm just gently increase the stretch on the left side. Deep inhale here. And then exhale, we're going to start to take some organic movement, maybe making some yes motions with the head, keeping our breath synchronized. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. Stopping, pausing, breathing into where you're feeling that tension. One more time. Letting go of all the external bullshit around us, the distractions that try to take us off of our course. That's what life's about, right? Doesn't get easier, we just get stronger. Then exhale, drop your left hand down towards your thigh. Roll your chin to your chest. So still standing with that nice straight spine, only thing moving is our neck. From here, we're going to inhale both hands up and overhead. Interlacing fingers over top, bringing the palms to the back of the head. As you exhale, let the elbows drop towards your face. So this time just feeling a much deeper stretch in the back of the neck. Another area we store a lot of tension, especially for those of us who are seated a little bit more than we're used to. Maybe you're at a desk at home that isn't as ergonomically compatible as it should be. To go a little bit further, again on your next exhale, this time maybe making some no motions with the head. Coming into that free movement, still keeping your breath synchronized. We're going to tune into a little bit more body awareness by stopping, pausing, breathing into any area you're feeling extra tension in the back of the neck this time. Maybe feeling a hell of a lot more than you normally do, like I am. Not only from being seated throughout most of the day, but this is an area where we all carry a tremendous amount of tension, especially when we're more stressed than normal. One more time wherever you're at. And then exhale, release the hands back down to the side. Inhale, right ear over to the right shoulder. Exhale, reaching that left hand down towards your knee. You don't want to move your upper body. Just encouraging a deeper stretch all along the left side of the shoulder, all the way up to the neck. To go further, inhale this right hand up by the left ear. And exhale, we're just going to let gravity and the weight of our arm gently increase the stretch on the other side. Not forcing anything here. Just letting the process do its thing. Deep inhale at center. If you took that variation on the other side, maybe move into those yes motions now. Inhaling the head forward. Exhaling back. Maybe stopping, pausing, breathing into any area you're feeling extra tension on the left side. Noticing what side we may be carrying more tension in, and not only in our body, but maybe our day-to-day life. And like all things, that awareness is the first step towards creating change. And inhale, bring this right hand back down towards the side as you come back into a mountain pose position. Exhale, reach both your hands down towards your knees. Then we can drop that left arm to the left shoulder. Just come into some half neck rolls. Inhaling from one side, exhaling to the other. So this is a good one for those of you who are seated throughout most of the day. Just stop, maybe set a timer if you're working from home for every hour, every other hour, and stop and do this even just for a couple minutes. Makes a huge difference. To go further, we can let the head drop all the way back. As long as you don't feel any pinching or pain in the back of the neck. And again, with this deeper range of motion, stopping, pausing, breathe into where you're feeling that tension. Exhale, opposite direction. Pausing here, if necessary. On your next inhale, coming back up to a straight, neutral spine. Bring both hands all the way up overhead. Nice little morning stretch here. So reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Deep inhale at center. And an exhale, we're going to lean over to the right side. Get into a deeper stretch all along the left side of the body. To go further, maybe grabbing onto your left wrist with your right hand. I'm not just letting my arm hang here. I'm pulling my left arm all the way over to the right. You should feel this from your hip all the way up through the side body into your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Grab out to opposite elbows. And then you want to bring your biceps back by your ears a little bit more. Exhale over to the same side one more time. Going just a little further with that range of motion if you can. If you can't, I'm going to turn this video off right now. Just kidding. You're good. Inhaling, hands up overhead. We all got to start somewhere. Exhaling, opposite hand, opposite wrist, opposite side. These small intentional steps that we take in our day-to-day lives ultimately lead to those dynamic differences in the way we feel, our mindset, our choices, our life experience. Inhale back to center. All you gotta do is try. Opposite elbows here. Exhaling back over to the same side. Inhaling back to center. Arms reach up and overhead. And then exhale, we're going to keep the hands in a prayer position. We're just going to fold forward over our straight legs. Let's engage the core here. Engage the back muscles. Hinge from the hips. And let the upper torso hang heavy. You don't have to touch the mat. From here, we're going to bend the knees slightly. Slowly roll up. One little vertebrae spine at a time. Let your shoulders and your head be the very last thing to come up. Inhale, hands up and overhead. Maybe you want to take a little baby back bend here. Inhaling to center. Exhale, folding. Just bringing a little bit more awareness and mobility into our body. Building strength, mobility, flexibility, all at the same damn time. That makes yoga so impactful. Slight bend in the knees. This is almost like a standing cat-cow position. So as you roll up, I want you to literally imagine yourself stacking one little segment of that spinal column at a time. Working on some spinal mobility and flexibility, shoulders and head up last. Arms up and overhead. Maybe take a slightly deeper back bend here. Exhale, folding. Let's do that one more time. Slight bend in the knees, slowly rolling up. Arms up and overhead. Exhale. This time we're going to release the hands back behind us. Interlace fingers. Let's see if we can now reach our fists down towards our knees, coming into a much deeper back bend, as much or as little as your body feels like it wants right now. This is a great counter stretch from how we're seated throughout most of the day, bad posture. Exhale, slowly rolling up. Stepping your feet about as wide as your mat. Let's fold over our straight legs, wide leg forward fold. For a little extra challenge, let's see how far we can get the fists overhead. Inhale, slowly rolling up. Lubricating the spine, spinal flexibility as our awareness here. Exhale, see if we could take a slightly deeper back bend, reaching those fists down towards the ground. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, folding. See if we can get those fists just a little bit higher up overhead. And gently release those hands in front of your face. So probably feeling it a lot more in your hamstrings here. Let's take a deep inhale at center. On an exhale, we're going to walk the hands over to the right. Maybe some of us can grab onto our right ankle. If you can do that, try to take it a little bit further. Pull your upper body towards your right leg. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling over to the left. Maybe taking that same variation on the other side, grabbing onto your left ankle, maybe even pulling your upper body closer toward your thigh. Inhaling to center. Let's keep this left hand in front of our face. Inhale the right hand high. So you want to roll that right shoulder blade back and down the spine to go even further, maybe bending the right elbow, letting the right hand hang behind your back. Maybe some of you can take a bind by grabbing the inside of your left thigh with your right hand and then using that as leverage to rotate your right shoulder up towards the ceiling a bit more. And then exhale, bend your left knee slightly, twist even further. Inhaling right hand high. Straighten that left leg. Exhale, plant the right hand in front of the face. Inhale, left hand high. Again, taking that same variation on the other side. Maybe you drop that left hand behind your back. Maybe reaching to grab the inside of your right thigh with your left hand, using that as leverage to pull into your thigh, rotating the left shoulder up towards the ceiling sky. Slightly bend your right knee, twist even further. Straighten your right leg, inhale that left hand high. And exhale, let's plant that right hand. With the left hand down in front of our face. Heel toe, walk your feet together so they're in a neutral position, about hip distance apart. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, rolling up. Try to make your roll up the same length as your inhalation. Palms up and overhead. Maybe taking a slight back bend here. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, folding. So we're going to inhale halfway up. So bring your hands directly underneath your knees. And then you want to make sure that your spine is straight. So a lot of times I see people like this with the curved spine. Press into your shins. Press your shoulders away from your ears. You should feel it engaging. You should feel the core engaged. If you want to go even further, maybe you want to inhale your hands out in front of you like you're trying to pass a ball to someone. Really engage that core. Exhale, folding. You can bend your knees as much as you need to now. If you want a bit more of a stretch, try to keep them straight. If you can easily touch the ground, maybe you want to keep your hands here. If not, we're all going to inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding. Slight bend in the knees. Let's grab opposite elbows, getting into that low back. So if you want to go further here, maybe starting to let the upper torso sway side to side. I would like to press my hips the opposite direction of my upper body. So you can really feel it in the sides of the low back, which is a problematic area for almost everyone. Let's inhale, coming back to center, letting your hands hang heavy. We're going to start to bend one knee, straighten the other here, alternating sides. Now you do want to feel it way more in your hamstrings. You don't have to necessarily touch the ground if you can't quite reach. You can always put a couple props, maybe some books underneath your hands to help you get a little bit more mobility. You don't want to put too much pressure on your low back. Right, on your next inhale, let's straighten that right leg as we bend our left knee. So right leg straight, left knee bent. Deep inhale here. On an exhale, you're going to shift the weight all the way into the balls of your feet. You want to feel this much more intensely on the right side. As you exhale, point your left knee over to the right. Baby movement, but you're going to feel a much, much deeper stretch in that right hamstring. Inhale, straightening that left leg. Exhale, bending the right knee. Inhaling, weight into the toes. Exhale, right knee points over to the left. Inhale to center. On an exhale, again, heel toe, we're going to walk the feet as wide as the mat, point the toes away from the body, drop the hips down towards the ground. Brief squat pose. Inhale those hips high. Getting more into the low body this time. Hips, another tight area for most people. Exhale, releasing. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, hips high. Exhale, releasing. 1 more time. On your next exhale, we're going to drop the hips and allow us to settle into this pose. So come to a position that you can comfortably hold this for a moment. I place my hands together to use my elbows to press my knees a little bit further apart. Make sure we're sitting up tall. And we're just going to hold it here for another 5, 4, 3, 2. On our last one, let's comfortably come onto our sit bones. Keep the feet planted, knees up towards the ceiling. We're going to take a variation of like a seated cat-cow, I like to call it. So on an inhale, you're pulling your chest forward. You want to feel this in the mid-back. Exhale as you round back and out of the shoulder blades a lot. So a few more times. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Let's inhale up into a neutral seated position. Extend those feet straight out in front of you, arms out in front of you. Exhale, slowly roll down one segment of your spinal column again. So engaging your core here. And then whenever you land on the mat, let's hug those knees into the chest. Keep that low back firmly planted, one of my absolute favorites for low back pain, sciatic pain. We're just going to start to make some small circles with the knees. Make that rotation bigger each time. Just exploring places of tension you may be holding in the body that you weren't aware of. And then taking it even further, just as we've been doing, stopping, pausing, breathing into any area you're feeling extra tension. Allow the ground to act as a pressure point to release whatever it is your body's holding on to. Exhale, maybe go in the opposite direction. You can always take some free movement. Maybe just rocking side to side. Figure eights, whatever feels right for you. This is our chance to tune into the greatest teacher of all, ourselves. And inhale, let's come back to center, arms out to a T. Exhale, knees over to the right. Inhaling, knees to center, keep them tight into your body. Exhaling, knees over to the left, engaging the core, warming up those little back muscles, which are tight for almost everyone. One more time, inhaling to center. Exhaling over to the right. This time we're going to settle here. So the closer you bring your knees towards your chest, the more of a stretch you're going to feel. You can even let your head drop over to the left to feel a little bit more in the chest. If you want to go even further, press down on your left knee with your right hand. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees over to the left. Again, increasing the stretch by bringing the knees closer towards your body and by letting the head drop over to the right. To go even further, you can press down on your right knee with your left hand. One of my personal favorite stretch. And then inhale, let's bring those knees back to center. Hug it in tight, rock it out one more time. So again, making some small circles, figure eights, side to side, stopping, pausing, breathing to where you're feeling any additional tension. On our next inhale, come back to center. We're going to grab the inside of our feet, moving into a happy baby. So stack the ankles directly above the knees. Some people like to continue to rock side to side here to still release the low back. It will engage the core, help you build strength so you're not just falling straight over. As I take it a little bit further, keeping one knee bent, trying to straighten the other leg as much as possible, alternating sides. Even if you can't get the leg totally straight, you'll get there eventually. It takes a little time, patience, the process that we all in our society seem to be trying to avoid, but it's the only way we're ever going to gain and maintain long-term change in our life. Anyone can do a quick fix, but I'm not trying to live my best life for a few minutes. What kind of life frame do you want to create for the rest of this life experience that we've all been blessed with? And then inhale, we're going to come back to center. If you're taking those side-to-side rocks, bring the bottoms of your feet together. Interlacing fingers behind your feet, moving into a reclined butterfly pose. Just as you would in a butterfly position, we're going to feel that more in the hips. By inhale, pulling the feet in towards your body. Exhale, press the knees away from your body. Okay. We are going to do that 2 more times. Inhaling, feet into the body. Exhaling, knees away. Last time. And exhale, let's release the hands and the legs back out, down flat to the mat. In a reclined position. Let's inhale, taking a nice little morning stretch, extending the arms up overhead. As you exhale, we're going to shift our legs and our arms over to the right. So you're in this crescent position. Feeling a deep stretch all along the left side of the body. To go even further, grab onto your left wrist with your right hand, pull your left arm over to the right. Then pick up your left foot, cross it over your right ankle. Inhale back to center. Exhale, arms and legs over to the opposite side. Maybe taking the same variation by grabbing onto the right wrist with the left hand, recrossing this right ankle over the left. Inhale back to center. Then exhale, release the hands back down to your side. Place them up for receiving or maybe down for grounding as we move into our final pose, Shavasana. We're going to take a quick little scan of the body. Notice any subtle differences you might have cultivated for yourself simply by taking 30 minutes out of your day to be present, breathe, listen to your body. That's something that we can tune into anytime, anywhere. The power of you, I like to call it. If you feel any shift at all, the magnitude in that is you're connecting to your own power. Life isn't about obtaining anything. It's about ridding the layers of external bullshit that have nothing to do with us so we can get back to our core self and who we were in the first place. And this practice and this present moment awareness is fundamental because that's the only thing we have power over. Especially in these uncertain times, the only thing we can control is ourselves right here, right now. Let's think about how that physically feels. By bringing awareness to the face, while the muscles begin to become soft around the eyes, the jaw. Allow the tongue to release from the roof of the mouth. Bring that down to your neck and shoulders so any remaining tension melts away. Let the breathing return back to normal. Your belly can get soft. Your hips, thighs, knees, shins, ankles, all just melt a little heavier into the mat until you feel that encompassing power envelop your entire body from head to toe. We are just going to take the next few moments to sit with that before you move back into the remainder of your day, the remainder of your week. Hopefully feeling just a little bit refreshed, rejuvenated, re-inspired, and most importantly, ready for whatever may come your way. So whenever you're ready, let's start to bring awareness back into the body now by wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Maybe rolling out the ankles and the wrists. We'll give ourselves one more nice little morning stretch. And as you exhale, let's hug the knees back into the chest one more time. And when we do this, we're giving ourselves a legitimate hug, like you would give someone that you love or care about. We're showing ourselves that same love and care that can be so easily given to others. But it all starts from within. On your exhale, you're going to roll onto whatever side you prefer. Try to keep your eyes closed. Still connected to this last bit of present moment awareness. Press ourselves back up into a seated position. With our eyes closed if you can. Inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, sitting up a little bit taller. Inhale, palms up and overhead. When we do this, let's imagine ourselves scooping up some new energy, new abundance, opportunities. Exhale, hands to heart center. Releasing a little bit of gratitude into the world. Lord knows we could all use it right now. As always, I'm grateful for each and every one of you, for showing up for yourselves, for sharing space, empowering through this collective. That concludes another yoga class, month 1 down. Hope you guys have a blessed and blissed rest of this beautiful day. Namaste. It's going to be a gorgeous day. Celebrate the earth. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow. Bye.